I have become the best known sport flooring contractor in the world, and I'm just getting started. Hello, this is Paul Nelson with Western Sport Floors, Wyoming Wood Floors, coming to you today from Big Sky High School in Missoula, Montana. We are sanding this floor, and kind of along with that process, we have another contractor in here doing some other work, so we're working together with them. But we've just come up with a little system for the edger that I have high hopes for. Basically, it's a little cart that, it's a Rubbermaid cart actually. I strengthened it up by putting some wood panels on it. I've got a dust deputy that I've put in it. It's a little dust separator. The dust deputy is driven by a backpack vac. This cart is set up for our edger. So we have edger paper in this box. I've got the edger. I've got a hose for the edger. I even have the edger extension cord. This cart is set up to plug into 220. Got a little splitter in there. It splits it into two 110. So we have right here our power cart that we use for sanding floors. This power cart is fed with a 4-gauge cable. It has a 100 amp service box on the top. I have the two 3-phase 30 amp plugs for our big machine, a riding sander. And then I also have some single phase 220 volt plugs. So we sometimes use a Trio or some other 220 volt machines in a gym. And so I'm using this 220 power to power my vacuum cart, which will in turn power the edger. I've never actually tried this with the edger before, so if you're seeing this video, it worked. The dust deputy is empty. The backpack vac is also empty. By the way, it's a Pro Team Super Coach backpack vac. Previously, there was a set of bleachers along this wall. And so this is an exceptionally nasty piece of floor under here that used to have bleachers under it. We're going to start under there with some 24 grit paper. No doubt we'll have quite a bit of material going into our dust deputy and backpack vac. Okay, so I edged out this side for about 5 minutes or so, and at this point we're going to shut off that Pro Team backpack vac, see what's in our vacuum, and see what's in our dust deputy. Take a look in our dust deputy. I've got that recessed a little bit, but it's easy enough to pop that open. So it would certainly appear that a fair amount of dust made it into that pail. Now let's take a look at our backpack vac. Now granted, that was a short test, but there sure isn't much in there to begin with. While I was using the edger machine, I noted that the backpack vac seemed to provide pretty good airflow for it. It was at least as good on the pickup as it would have been with an empty bag, but probably better. Probably better than even with an empty bag. It's my initial assessment of this setup. Okay, so this thing has performed so admirably with the edger that I decided to try it with the big machine. This isn't our gym floor big machines, but this is a 12-inch Galaxy. It's got a piece of 36 grit paper. It's going after this polyurethane with 20 or so coats of polyurethane, this gym floor with 20 or so coats of polyurethane on it. And we're just going to see if the dust deputy and the backpack vac can keep up to this big machine. We'll see what happens. All right, so a couple of things. I'm strictly using this Galaxy machine as a demonstration on how well the little dust collection system worked. We don't use this machine much, if at all, in gymnasium floors. Sometimes in a little alcove under a drinking fountain, somewhere where we can't get with our big rider setups. It's the only time we use this machine. I really was just doing this to see how well the dust collector worked, and it worked amazingly well. It picked it up, again, at least as good as the machine does with an empty bag. And as any wood floor sander knows, as soon as the bag gets a third full, half full, the pickup drops drastically. And this pickup was fabulous. It was like having an empty bag, but you could literally you'd get that kind of performance all the way up until your 5-gallon pail was full. That dust deputy is taking out 99% plus of everything, all the dust coming through it. Really, really impressed with this machine. Again, I'm not going to sell these machines. There's no plans available. We'll take some good pictures, post it on YouTube. If you're interested, it's not that complicated. I literally put this together on a Sunday afternoon. It's a Rubbermaid cart from Home Depot, a Pro-Team backpack vac that I took the harness off and bolted directly to the cart, and a dust deputy separator on top of a 5-gallon pail. For Western Sport Floors and Wyoming Wood Floors, coming to you from Big Sky High School in Missoula, Montana. This is Paul Nelson. You make it a great day.